Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Enfys Tarot. Today is October 21st, 2024, and we are going to start off our Monday with a tarot reading, and we will prompt this reading with the Modern Nirvana Oracle deck, and then we'll go ahead and get some more information from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So let me just finish shuffling up these Modern Nirvana Oracle cards and find out what the community needs to know. If you're just checking in, if you've never been here before, I hope you get something wonderful out of this. You're certainly supposed to be here. If you're checking in today, there's some part of this message that belongs to you. So let's find out what is going on. I'll give these a little cut. Let's see what's going on here today. Oh, we got two coming out. Squaring the circle and strength. So let's make sure those cards are in view here. So let's see what squaring the circle is all about. Just flip through this book here. Squaring the circle. Okay, celestial messengers. We shall wander in immensity, and the stars will be our gleaming ships. That's from Eliphas Levi in The Key to the Great Mysteries. In alchemy, the metaphor of, quote, squaring the circle relates to a mastery over our inner and outer operations. Understanding the correspondences in nature and in mathematics, the master alchemist can see the relationship between that which is above and that which is below, that which is within and that which is without. They are able to see the significance of all the changing seasons. Go figure. I mean, this is certainly a season where we are able to really see what's going on. It's right there in front of our faces, right? They are the wisdom in the differences of the elements and the intelligence in the directions. Becoming one with the four, their vision is whole, as all transitions of time are fully appreciated. As a conceptual meditative practice, let us incorporate this idea into a breathing technique called box breathing, as we see, to master our minds and operate from the grace of self mastery. So, I'm not going to do the meditation here during this reading, but I will hold this up to the camera so that you can see. And if you want to pause it, you can always go back. And I will do it two ways just in case we have any oopsie daisies with like my fingers in the way, something like that would be an oopsie daisy. So now I know for sure that you guys have this. Okay. So the mantra for this card is I am one with the elements, seasons, directions, and sky. I am complete in my understanding of the infinite and perfect why. I've squared the circle and see life with the philosopher's mind. There's gold in this perspective, and I appreciate this clarity of my inner eye. So, squaring the circle is going to be all about acknowledging our part in the universe and appreciating the changes that come along with moving with those energies, right? So, we appreciate watching the seasons change, watching the energies shift, um, experiencing the energies that are constantly moving through us and being okay with those changes, just growing along with them. And that does take a great deal of strength. We've got the strength card coming in next. It's a matter of being strong enough so that you can be flexible, right? Moving around with nature, being a part of it, understanding that we are safe. It's really important to understand that our place in this universe is one of love and safety, and having that strength to move through it regardless of the challenges and shifts and comforts and discomforts that come along with it. So I'm really feeling very solid with this today. Let's see how we can incorporate this kind of energy into moving through the week. What can we do to bring this into our week? So let me shift these up here and I will pull some cards from Rider-Waite-Smith and find out how that squaring the circle and using our strength is going to be incorporated for us as individuals. as well as us as one. Harmony. I always pay attention to what's in my right hand while I'm shuffling. See where we're going with this. Teamwork. Remember that the number three in the Three of Pentacles of or any three card is a foundational card. Three represents a solid foundation. All right. Yeah, being able to, this is all about strength and flexibility here. We've got the, can you guys see these cards? I hope you can see these cards okay. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse coming out, and then the Hierophant, which is the fifth card of the major arcana coming out. Fives, along with all of the other odd numbered cards, are cards of movement, of action. They represent a change or a shift. And so the five being when it's upright, the Five of Cups represents disappointment and experiencing, taking the time to fully acknowledge and embrace the experience of disappointment and the feelings that come along with disappointment. When it's in reverse, it is talking about how we are using that disappointment, we're moving away from the feelings of disappointment and starting to recognize how we're growing from that disappointment and what is opening up to us as a result of whatever we no longer have, creating the space for something new. In this card, you can see there's like a natural movement. This person is right in the center here, and they're in a space where they can pivot. So they're looking at the spilled cups, but as they turn their gaze, they will end up seeing the two full cups that are remaining. So that is the card of understanding how to move forward from disappointment. And then with the Hierophant coming in reverse next, it's really talking about how we are going to be changing our habits. The disappointments are based on what we can expect. We get disappointed when we expect something and it doesn't happen. And a lot of times those expectations are based on our habits, our common, natural, typical ways of thinking and expecting life to occur a certain way. And that can be found in the Hierophant. And when the Hierophant is reversed, it's indicating that something is changing. Some habit is going to be shifting. There's a pattern that is going to emerge newly from the previous pattern. So this is a sort of pivotal moment. This is a fork in the road is what's coming up when you've got the Five of Cups and the five of the Hierophant in reverse. The Hermit coming in reverse is asking you to now start shifting away from your introspection. These disappointments, breaking free from these old habits, not understanding that they even were habits sometimes, just understanding that now that things are different, we have to be agile. Um, it takes some time. It takes some introspective work to go through those things and figure out where we are now in the phase of things. And when the Hermit is coming in reverse, it's saying, okay, you've done enough introspective work. It's time to start testing it out a little bit. You know, it's time to start dipping into life again in this new way and see how it works out for you. And then there's the star, and I want to make sure that that's definitely in the picture. The star is representative of our place in the universe. We are fully protected, and it is the card of health and growth. So, with the star coming in here after this spread, it's just so clear that this is the path forward. We are in the best place. All of these disappointments, all of these changes, all of these new directions are for our best good and the good of all, right? That's always the goal is the best for all involved. And when we're doing a community reading like this, understand we all have this place in the universe and we are growing and changing, and the challenges and the resistances that we engage in are all shaping us. They're all supporting our growth. So that's why the star is coming in there. And then we've got the tower. This is upheaval. This is change. This represents how scary and uncomfortable change can be. And it's just part of life. You know, you don't want to resist the tower. When the tower comes in, there's something that needs to happen so that there can be space created for whatever is to come. And sometimes we love the things that we have and they're just not serving our highest good. So the Tower card comes in here to say, okay, it's time for some upheaval. So that's what we're going through, this upheaval. And then what do we do with it? We've got the Two of Swords coming in here, and we are confused, we're conflicted with how to move forward because we have all of these worries. This Seven of Cups coming in here is indicating that we may be using our imagination for detrimental purposes. Sometimes it can be anxieties, running through the worst case scenarios, and it just imagining all of the things that could possibly go wrong. And sometimes when that Seven of Cups is in reverse, it's saying, you got to really think more logically, be a little bit more practical about your thought processes. Don't start pipe dreaming. Don't start imagining all of these crazy things that you could be doing. Get real, you know, get a little bit real and really understand what is possible in the moment and start narrowing down on your choices. This is clouded thinking. It's really clouded thinking in any direction, and it's preventing you from having that spark of inspiration. It's like you want to be passionate about where you're moving next, what you're doing next, how you're going to utilize this change, but you can't pinpoint it. You can't feel passionate about anything because you're too focused on figuring out where your passions are. You got to start clearing your mind. You got to start acting, doing, and then seeing what happens instead of trying to overthink and plan and get everything in order and make a decision. You're like paralyzed by your decision making process sometimes. Yeah, because it's scary and you don't want to be vulnerable, right? It's scary to be vulnerable. That's why this card is coming in. But this card is all about how our thoughts and beliefs are going to shape our actions and our trajectory. So, if you can start getting some clarity by just moving forward, just taking that next step in a direction, the universe has got your back. You're going to be led into something good here, okay? And this is the Lover's card. This is the card of unity, and it can absolutely pertain to a relationship of a romantic sort, but also pertains to unity between two, and that can be you working with the universe. So, this is a big manifesting reading today for Monday, October 21st. It's all about how we are using the changes, using the disappointments to move forward, not getting too hung up on the details. Just keep on taking one step at a time and moving ahead, you know, and that will bring clarity. That is why the Hermit is in reverse. All right. Let me go ahead and shoot, I was going to clear these out, but there's some other message that wants to come through with this Lover's card. And I believe that message is to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Have faith. Unity is here for you. And working with the universe moving forward is how you're going to establish your place here with the Star card. This is where you pull your energy from. Use this. Be allow a cooperative relationship. That's what you're being asked to do. That's what we're all being asked to do. And you can apply this anywhere you need to apply this. Um, this is our reading for the week. Okay, now I'm going to clear these out. And I will pull one more card for the road. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the rest of the week. Moving forward by squaring the circle and understanding our place. Death card in the right hand, that is the rebirth card. That is the phoenix rising from the ashes. Um, preparatory card. It's the ashes part. Uh, Wheel of Fortune. You got your Wheel of Fortune in reverse right now. So it's possible that this is a bit uncomfortable. This is when the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, it's reminding us that through the cycles of life, you have some uncomfortable parts, and then they become very, very comfortable and full of abundance and life and fun and love and unity and all of those feelings that bring us peace and comfort. But there's another side of the coin. It keeps rolling through, and sometimes it's more difficult than others. So we're in the growth phase right now. That is why we have the fives coming out. We're in the growth and action phase of the cycle of the Wheel of Fortune. So your fortune is coming. It's coming. But right now you got to keep turning the wheel. You got to keep pushing through, and you will get there. So thank you for that reading for the collective. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I hope you come back, and I will see you later.